he didn't. I'm trying to think what he was saying. It's to do with the rows and driving between the rows and spraying the crop. And he said the problem he's got is he wasn't using his auto steer when he was planting the crop or something last year. So what he does is he plants between the stalks this year, but he's going to do that manually, and because he didn't use the auto steer, auto drive thing on his tractor last year, he can't do it this year. So he will be using auto steer this year, so that next year he can use auto steer to drive where he needs to drive with all his equipment. And it turns out that's quite a nice piece of equipment. You just you buy a module for each of your vehicles, which I think is pull the steering wheel off, stick the steering module in, and then boop, boop, that's all done. Good. No, go forwards. Thank you. Yes, so there's, if we jump inside the thing, you take the steering wheel off, and there's a module that goes under the steering wheel and connects to your steering column and your steering wheel. Well, you need one of those for each of your vehicles, because you don't want to be switching that in and out all the time. But then your GPS module and your control module and the button to turn it on and off, you just need one, and it's a plug and play thing. And since he does, you know, you're only doing one type of field work at a time, you don't need multiple GPS units and everything else. You just need the GPS unit on the vehicle that you're driving. Okay, what do we need to do now? Oh, we need to go and take the food. Let's find the food mixer. So yeah, for example, at the moment, the only tractor I'm using is this one, and it's not being used for field work, so I don't need GPS auto steer on it. When it comes to harvesting, I would possibly want to consider, I need a GPS unit and an auto steer control unit in the harvester and the cotton harvester. I don't need it in the tractor that's running the what's it called, the auger wagon. That doesn't need a GPS, that just needs to unload the harvester. So I would need two for this farm. When it comes to cultivating and planting, I've got two big tractors. I would want the control systems in the two big tractors, and the harvesters can sit in the shed for 10 months. So that's kind of how that thing ends up working. You need the module for each vehicle because you don't want to be putting that in and taking it out, but everything else is plug and play, which is kind of cool. So once he's done all his spraying, he can take that out of his sprayer and probably stick it in the, I can't remember if he's done his planting yet, or whether he's putting other stuff on the field. But if he's already seeded, I think most of the farmers around here have already seeded, he can just transfer that module over to the harvester for when they come to harvest. And then once that's done, he can put it in the tractor and do all the winter work. So we're kind of hitting the point, we're about to hit harvest here. And once harvest is over, I'm not using the harvesters for 10 months, 11 months. So everything goes into a tractor at that stage. And it'll stay in the tractor all winter until it's time to do other stuff. Like after we've planted, we'll need to spray. Okay, what am I doing? I need to unload this, and this should not be a full load. Hear me? Don't be a full load. Good grief. Okay. It's a thing. Dang. Okay. So that's that. I don't think I need to bring any straw here. Problem is I have to use the feed bucket for straw shredding as well. However, I can wait till next month. We don't have enough straw to do all the animals yet. Fortunately, next month we'll be doing soybeans, which create straw, which means we'll be good. I'll back this in here. I might put, I think the mowers are down at the other farm, but I might put the mowers on this tractor. Anyway, back to here. Jump out of there and feed the dog. There we go. Okay, so that's September 4. All we had to do was feed animals. So that's full. The straw is slightly depleted in the large barn, barely in the middle, and horses just don't use much. I am a little bit concerned with our oats availability. I think I can look, round about there, oats. Well, we got 16,000 litres. That's still good for another year. So I don't... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't think I need to plant oats this year. I will probably need to plant oats next year. And oats are, at the bottom, planted in March. So, yeah, it's a quick growing crop and it's a spring plant. So I don't have to worry about a fall thing. Okay, so we can sleep and then it gets hectic. So I'm going to knock us back to 7. Because we need to get out there and start doing field stuff. I did not check the weather. Okay, let's have a look at... dang, there's one of those things. Pellet maker? Yeah. That's a disc harrow. That's a planter. I've got one of those. And, oh, look. Pea harvester. Okay. We are good. Let's fill that up. Let us go and find ourselves a cotton harvester, which is probably buried behind everything else. Oh. Nope, that'll be fine. How does this look? This looks absolutely fine. So this is the place and forget. Oops. What did I just hit? Okay. That was weird. I'm going to get out there and start mowing the cotton. 711 litres in the back, but as I said, this is just a fire and forget. You stick it in the field and say, hey, do this, and it will just poop bales out the back as it goes. So, unfold. and drive it to there, and then say go worker. And off she goes. So that'll take about 40 minutes. Doesn't give you an idea. Well, I guess it does. Right, next things. Next, I need a harvester, which is all ready to go. What do I want? Corn. I'm going to do the corn header first. I don't usually do corn first, but this year I'm going to do the corn first and the soybeans second. Let's get in the... There we go. So, make it jump. And of course, the nice thing about this header is you don't have to worry too much about getting it places. I think actually, where's the... Okay, the soybeans are across the road. I might not be able to get the draper through the gate, which means I'll have to tow it, which means I need a spare tractor. Okay, let us shift and unfold, and that unfolds all the things, because that's something I learned recently. Shift off, and we need to turn it on, lower it, and go. So no straw from corn. And there we go, another worker. Right. Let's go now. Oh, that's handy. Get the truck. So, cloudy day, no big deal. I think the reason I wanted to get the corn done first because it'll give me an idea later of the logistics of getting it down to the train station, because the train station yard only has a 500,000 litre capacity. If I've got more than 500,000 litres, I'm going to have to figure a thing out. And I'm going to need to sell the corn in December this year, not wait until June. In spite of the fact there was a suggestion that June was the time to do it. Can I get this turned around here? Well, it would appear kind of didn't quite jackknife it, so that's good. We'll park that there, turn the engine off. Canopies, and you are a 250. You're a 155. Cotton harvester, you are a 370 RT. So this is for now going to be my grain cart hauler, and potentially, oh, that might be a little bit tight. And then the regulator I may use for other things. Sneak this. not there. There you go. Then, because this is a tracked vehicle, it's incredibly manoeuvrable. Don't have to hit the 155. Alright. So that is corn harvest and cotton harvest in progress. Uh-oh. Woodpecker. There ain't no woodpeckers this time of year. Actually, we've got a woodpecker around here that's been rattling the trees every day. It's not a fast tractor. But I'll need to subsoil this. I can get the mulch around. Oh, there's the thing. I guess once I've got this out into the field, we'll start looking at other equipment that I want to mess with. Can't move the cotton bales off the field yet. Let's not drive through the hedges. That would be a bad show. Yeah, I think I also saw Millennial Farmer this week. He doesn't talk quite so much about prices, just concepts. And he was saying this year he's using generic chemicals rather than specific, because the generics generally are cheaper. Okay, you can sit there. Turn your engine off. You this is where I'm thinking I need a shed. So let us construct. No, I don't want to construct a pole barn. Kind of thinking maybe there just put a small workshop. So sheds, silos, extensions, constructables, containers. Vehicle workshop. It's a little bit big. Farmhouses. Silos, sheds. Do we have a small? That's big. Straw harvest. That's a garage to store your vehicles. Garage to store your vehicles. I'm really not seeing much in the way of a workshop. Shelter with solar roof, don't need one of those. So the only workshop we have is that one, and that is just stupid big. So I'm going to need to download a workshop at some point, but I think for now I'm going to take this down to the other farm and we'll get this reconfigured as a mulcher. I can't do any mulching until tractors are done with, or harvesters are done with their doings, but this is a good start. I do have 2 of these. So I can put one on the back of the 155 and that'll be fun. That field to my right is going to be a royal pain because it's so big and covered in cotton. And the only way to harvest that faster would be to buy another cotton harvester. I can afford it. I've got 1.7 million. Almost got to 1.8. But I think it was 1.895 when I sold the last of the methane. Okay. Corn harvester's nearly done. Right, so what else do I need to do? I need to start the mowing. I'll use the 250. It is what it is. And all I'm doing is I'm not using the windrower on the mowers anymore. I'm just going out and just cutting the grass. I can then send out a windrower and or a tedder. Run through here. And stick this in here. All right, let's go do the things. Eeny, meeny, miny, mow. Okay, that's in good condition. Customize rollers, mulchers. Okay, you are now mulched. Yes. Okay. You are, yeah, kind of okay. I'm not seeing a weight on that. I think I haven't had a weight somewhere. I'm not really too fussed about having a weight on that. Oh. Alrighty. I'll take this down to the field where the corn harvester is. And the reason for that is cotton plants earlier than everything else. So if I've got the cornfield and the soybean fields prepared earlier, I can be planting those, and I've still got another month to finish prep on all of the other fields in preparation for cotton. So all the cotton fields can be delayed for a bit. Right, you are good there. Next thing. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Oh. There we go.